Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. With TSWA Hall of Famer Maurice Patton, here's Chris Yow.
Good Thursday and welcome into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yow, Mo Patton, Lawson Smith, intern 2 in the house. Happy to be with you here on this Thursday edition of the show, coming to you from the Lee Company studio in the Front Porch Sports headquarters of WKOM 1017 down in Franklin County at 94.5 The Eagle WZYX. All of our friends on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and watching on our website. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. And if you have anything you'd like to get on the show as far as comments or questions, feel free to do that. You can comment on any of either the Facebook or the YouTube or Twitter. We're happy to oblige there. So if you guys are as exhausted as we are,
I hope not,
then be careful on your way home.
It's hot outside.
Until then, guys, how are we feeling? I am exhausted. I know you guys are too.
I tell you what, man.
I'm sleeping well tonight.
I think show then 7-on-7 works better than 7-on-7 then show.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean we've been out in the hot sun since about 8:30 this morning, Mo.
Y'all.
And yeah, so Mo texted me last night and he's like, "Hey, Mount Pleasant plays at 8:30 against Franklin, and that's, Mount Pleasant's offensive coordinator was a coach at Franklin, blah blah blah." And I thought, okay, well, there's no way I'm going to be there at 8:30 anyway, so that sounds like a great idea, but I'm not going to be there. And then I was, so that was it. It was nice. It was okay early this morning, but it got really hot about 11 o'clock today.
Oh yeah. Once the dew got burned off, which was a little bit of a surprise in and of itself. Yeah, but when it got hot, it got hot.
I wasn't here for that. I don't like that the sun just beating down on me. Like, I'm okay with it being hot. It's just, but I mean, you look at our tan lines on our watches are rough. It's out there. Yeah. So
yeah, watches and shorts.
I'm sure my nose
probably got some farmer tan going.
Yeah. Oh,
I definitely do from the last time we did 7-on-7. So
did you sunscreen this time, Lawson?
I did it twice.
See, there you go.
Doubled up. Make sure I don't get sunburnt again.
Adulting isn't as hard as you thought, is it? Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
So we were over at Riverdale this morning. They had 32 teams in that tournament.
That's too many.
28. Four buys.
You're right. There were 4 buys. Mm-hmm. Still, 28 teams.
Yeah, that's a lot of teams. No question. Yeah,
and
it was a monster. They had, and they have a campus that really works for that because they were able to put games all over the place.
Yeah, on the quote rugby field, and up on their, I guess that's their football practice field, where they had
3 fields.
3 fields.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Had a lot. Had 8 fields total. So 40-yard fields though.
Yeah.
Not 100.
So they were able to get 2 7-on-7 competition fields on the football stadium field. So.
And 2 additional on the rugby, and then 3 on that up there. So that makes 7.
That was 7,
and then
that was one other.
So field 8 may have been. It was next to the soccer field.
Yeah.
Behind it. So yeah, that's a lot. But it wasn't the only 7-on-7 today. We'll talk a little bit about that 7-on-7 right there. We have Chris Brooks joining us from 615 Preps. He actually stuck around for the
bracket
for the completion of. Yeah, we did not because we had to be here. So we do know, however, that Father Ryan and Giles County played for the championship. So
and either are playing as we speak or just
they may
wrapped
be
it up.
done. Yeah. So we'll talk to Chris Brooks a little bit later in the show to talk that Riverdale 7-on-7. But again, like I said, not the only 7-on-7 going on today, as Franklin County, Tullahoma, and Fayetteville City participated in a little head-to-head
Probably a little
action.
round robin kind of
round robins
thing.
action, yeah.
Over at Tullahoma. So, and we got a little news as well today out of Franklin County, thanks to a tip of the cap to Al Clark down at the Eagle, who made us aware that Franklin County alumnus, former Grundy County head coach Tracy Hayworth has joined the Rebels staff as defensive coordinator and assistant head coach to Justin Cunningham down there. So, again, the former Rebel, former UT defensive lineman, former NFL guy who apparently in 3 years in Grundy County, whatever. Anyway, he's back at his alma mater, and I'm sure they're happy to have him. So.
I would be. It's a heck of a hire. And
you'd like to think that a guy who has played where he has played would have a thing or two to offer to high school age football players.
And with Franklin County kind of in the situation that they're in, sort of on an upswing football-wise, certainly a welcomed addition to that staff, I'm sure.
I would think so. I'd hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we have got a fantastic show for you. We'll get to the rundown here in a few minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about the NHL because the expansion draft is coming up, and we'll get Lawson's take on who the Preds should protect and what names they shouldn't protect. So we'll get into that. Also, Shea Weber has a situation that sort of affects the Predators. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Of course, like I told you, Chris Brooks coming up. We've got some baseball to talk about. There was a baseball game scheduled for tonight. It will not be played tonight. The Yankees and Red Sox were going to be on national television, and now apparently the Yankees have had a pretty significant COVID situation. So that game will be postponed. But we will tell you, ESPN put out their midseason report cards, and I have issues with it. So we'll talk about that, and anyway, we'll give you our idea of midseason report cards for a couple of teams anyway. I know what Lawson's going to say about the Cubs. F.
Wait, say that again?
See, yeah, mid-season report card for the Cubs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But then again, this was kind of the beginning
expected,
of the demolition of the, I guess, I don't know if you can actually call it once great team anymore, but World Series, whatever. It's the downfall.
Right. The Pac-12 South preview, we'll get into that and much more. So tons to get to in the show, so stick around. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. So we're 15 minutes past the hour now, and should be a lot of fun. Like I said, we're gonna get into a bunch of stuff here. I am super interested to get you guys' take on this NHL stuff with the Kraken, because as we saw with Vegas, the expansion draft and the way they do things now, really,
it's extremely favorable for the new team.
It's way better than
how much Vegas wants to claim it's not.
Way better than when the Preds were an expansion team.
Well, sure. It's almost like they want those teams to have some success immediately, maybe to try to build up some momentum in those towns or whatever. But
makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
But and I mean, that's fine. Just admit that.
You ain't got to lie to us. We know.
Yeah,
we know. So anyway, yeah, plenty of stuff, like I said, to get to, and we will do that. But first, why don't we give you today's rundown?
This is the Rundown.
Thursday Rundown is brought to you by Barry B. Coble with Crest Point Wealth Management. She offers personalized wealth management strategies for clients based on where you are in your financial journey. Go see Barry at Crest Point Wealth Management, 700 North Main Street in Columbia.
And Wednesday,
securities offered through registered representatives of Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer member, FINRA, SIPC. Advisory services offered through Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Crest Point Wealth Management and Cambridge are not affiliated. I had to take a breath to get all that in.
my bad. You done?
I'm done now.
In Wednesday baseball action, the Nashville Sounds defeated visiting Louisville 5-0. In Little League State Tournament action of area interest, Columbia Americans 11U team defeated Smith County 17-1. Post-19 seniors played a doubleheader down in Huntsville and swept Post 237, 3-0 in the opener, 4-0 in the nightcap. I'm sorry?
In basketball action, yeah. NBA Finals. Sorry, I was going to do that, and I had to go down here for a minute.
You're good.
The Bucks defeated the Suns 109-103. That series is now tied at 2. And in women's hoops, WNBA All-Stars defeat Team USA. Yay, 93-85. This is why I had to get down here.
Okay.
There we go. We've got Thursday baseball action.
Thursday baseball action, the Louisville Bats play at First Horizon Park against the Nashville Sounds. That is a 7:05 start tonight at First Horizon Park. The 11U Little League State Tournament Championship game at Gallatin has Columbia playing Goodlettsville. Do we know what time the first game starts?
I don't off the top of my head. I'm
At
sorry.
any rate, Columbia coming out of the losers bracket has to beat Goodlettsville twice. So good luck to the 11U Little Leaguers from Columbia American.
And tomorrow afternoon, early afternoon, before we come on, it will be Team USA's women versus Australia. That will be out in Vegas in an exhibition match. That's at 1:30 tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be on television or not. It didn't say. So if you want to watch it, it may be out there. It may not. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to do it for your Thursday rundown on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, brought to you by Barry B. Copeland. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk about the NHL, that Shea Weber situation, the expansion draft, and who the Preds and other teams should or should not protect. Lawson's got some interesting thoughts on this. You're going to want to stick around if you're a Preds fan. It's going to be fun. So we'll be right back on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint, to the Lee Company studio right after this.
Parks Motor Sales in Columbia has a large assortment of quality new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, a trusted sales staff, and financing plans that fit any budget. Visit Parks once and you'll quickly discover why people all over Middle Tennessee have been buying vehicles there for more than 60 years. And factory certified technicians can service and repair your vehicle as long as you own it. Go to parksmotorsales.com or stop by the lot at 919 Nashville Highway and take a test drive today.
Are you thinking about a new fence? Maybe you need a pole barn. Then you should give Sands Fence Company a call. That's 931-309-1644. Will Sands has built his business based on the principles of honesty, quality, and integrity. Sands Fence Company has been in business for over 20 years, providing the community with farm, residential, and commercial fencing, as well as pole barns and buildings. Call today for a free estimate. Sands Fence Company, 931-309-1644. 931-309-1644.
Hi, I'm Steve, the garbage man. Have you been hauling your own garbage to the convenience center? Are you tired of doing it? Does your work schedule keep you from hauling it off regularly? Is your teenage son not taking it off like he promised when he got his driver's license? Do you have something better to do on Saturday? If any of these questions strike home to you, call the garbage man at 931-540-0919 and your problem will be solved.
Do you know Tillis Jewelry creates custom one-of-a-kind pieces that are available in our store now?
Hello, this is Rick Tillis, and that's right. We are known for our custom designs. We create jewelry using old mine cut or European cut diamonds to rare colored gemstones. We create these custom pieces for each season. I'm sure you can find something for yourself or a loved one.
Stop by our showroom and try on a Tillis Jewelry custom piece today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to view our designs and much more.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter, like the drywall that somehow isn't. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Maury County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, Beck Dental Care has been the personalized and comfortable option for the health of your smile. The caring staff maintains a high level of safety protocols and attention to detail. Advanced technology provides your choice of sedation and the best of dental implant solutions to restore complete oral health. Open until 7 p.m. 2 nights a week. 931-388-8452. Beck Dental Care in Columbia, 1603 Rosewood Drive.
Local high school sports and beyond. It's on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today.
This would fit in the beyond category. Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yow, Mo Patton, Lawson Smith, the intern, in studio. The Lee Company studio. Coming to you from the Front Porch Sports headquarters of WKOM 1017 FM here in Columbia. And WZYX 94.5, The Eagle, town in Franklin County. Glad to have you all along with us on this beautiful Thursday. As you see on the West 7th cam, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or our website, you can see that the blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. It's there are some blue skies ahead for the Seattle Kraken if history holds. Much like Vegas, they will have a pretty good hold on a solid 30. What would their roster be? What's the number?
I don't know how big rosters are.
Me either. That's the one thing I don't know.
They're big.
That's the one thing he doesn't know. Okay. NHL rosters.
It's between 30 or something.
Yeah, I mean, so they get to pick one player from the 30 of the league's 31 teams. They can take one player.
I still don't think Vegas should be exempt, but that's just me.
Prior to that, the other teams get to choose who they can protect. You can't pick these 8 skaters or this one goalie.
23-player roster? Does that sound right? How many players can be on a hockey roster? NHL teams are only allowed to dress a maximum of 20 players, 18 skaters, and 2 goaltenders for any given game. But those 20 must come from the 23-player active roster.
Interesting.
So
they're gonna get one, and then 7 of them got to go.
There you go.
Okay. Whatever. You believe, Lawson, that the Nashville Predators should protect, obviously, Philip Forsberg.
Yes. That's a no-brainer.
Kalle Jarnkrok.
Kalle Jarnkrok.
That guy.
Yeah. Can I just give you my list? I have it written down.
Give us your list, and I'll tell you what this guy says.
My list is Roman Josi, Philip Forsberg, Matthias Ekholm, Eli Tolvanen, Mikhail Granlund, Luke Cunnin, Kalle Yarncroke, Dante Fabro, and then obviously UC Saros. I'm not 100% sure on like which players, because rookies who are on their entry-level contract, I believe, are exempt. So in my inclusion of Tolvanen, I am not sure what he is on that situation. So if he is exempt, I would say protect Ekholm. Or wait, no. Ellis, my bad. Ellis.
So you're not going to protect Sissons or Roman Josi?
No, Roman Josi was the first one.
Oh, my bad. Okay. You're not going to protect Colton Sissons?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he's good, but the players that I listed, I feel, are more important for the long run of the team.
And now, of those unprotected players, you can only lose one, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So
Matt Duchene and Ryan Johansson,
I
where are they?
think they should be unprotected.
Unprotected.
Exactly. They're both, in my opinion, bad contracts. I mean, Johansson is less bad than Duchene, obviously, but I still feel that too much of the cap is being put into those two players, and they both are underperforming. Now, whether Seattle takes them or not.
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, obviously, Poyle could potentially be like, hey, here's a draft pick or something like that for you to take Duchene. That's obviously a possibility. It happened in the Vegas draft with multiple teams that wanted to protect players and gave up draft capital to have a certain player selected.
What about Alexander Carrier?
I think that goes on to I'm not sure what his contract situation or whether he'd be exempt or not from the expansion draft.
According to this, he is not exempt. He's on their list of protected players.
Oh, okay. In that case.
Because he's a 24-year-old who played really well, and he's only making $733,000 a year.
In that case.
For 2 years. He's got to be on the list, right?
Yeah, in that case, I might drop Luke Cunnin off that maybe, or maybe even Yarncroke. Who knows? That's a tough decision at that point.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if the Preds are going to get rid of Duchene or Johansson, it's a positive in that they're taking a big salary off your books. And so I can see that. This ESPN piece here by Emily Kaplan and Greg Wyshynski basically says, Colton Sissons would be the most likely player not on his list to be chosen.
I could agree with that because Colton Sissons is a reliable player. He's shown, obviously, in 2017 when he had to play up on the first line or play more minutes because of injuries. I mean, he got a hat trick in Game 6 against the Ducks to send him to the finals. He's proven himself to be a good player when he needs to be. So I could definitely see that happening.
And he's only making $2.85 million.
Yeah, he's on a steal of a contract as well.
And so with that said, if he's not protected, he's probably more likely to be taken than either
Duchene or
Johansson.
And taking one of those two big contracts off could really help in the event that Shea Weber retires after apparently finding out that he's just got too many lingering issues in his knees, legs, everything else.
Specifically knee, ankle, and thumb, but there was a reason he was shown in tears at the end of the Stanley Cup final and needing to be consoled because he could potentially miss next season, and there is speculation that he could retire. And if he there's either two things. He could either retire or be placed on long-term injured reserve. The better case for the Preds is that he gets put onto long-term injured reserve, which would nullify the cap penalty that the Preds would receive if he were to retire. And I'm looking at a tweet from Adam Vingen. The Predators would be on the hook for $4,914,286 per season
and 43 cents
until 2026 if Shea Weber were to retire. Which,
how does that work?
It's
so here's what happened is he got a 14-year deal in 2012.
Yes, it was actually it wasn't
deal.
a deal. Well, it was an offer sheet by the Philadelphia Flyers, which
And
that
then
the Preds matched?
yes,
yeah,
they matched.
as a restricted free agent, as we talked about on this show before.
Funny enough, if he were to continue playing somehow if he were to retire in 2025, I don't know. This graphic that I'm looking at is very confusing because as the years go up, the
cap hit goes down. Oh, it goes up?
Goes up, yeah. In 2025, if he were to retire then, the cap penalty against the Preds would be $24.5 million.
Oh.
That doesn't.
That's what it is. I can send you this.
No, what we don't
Yeah, that
not
just doesn't make
believe
any
you.
sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Jeez.
From what I remember, the contract that Shea Weber got, because of that offer sheet, it was extremely front-loaded. Like, the money came up front, but the cap hit for the big contract came at the end. Thanks, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So apparently,
So because he signed the contract with the Predators, they are the ones that take the hit, not the Canadians, with whom he is currently playing?
the Canadians would have a cap penalty of $543,000 for 5 seasons. $500,000.
And the rest of it rolls back on the Preds.
The Preds.
I do believe so.
Yikes. Because they signed him to it, I guess?
I think so. I'm not sure about when they traded him for Subban. I'm not sure if there was like salary retained or anything, or I'm not sure how that worked out. But there is. I'm pretty sure the Canucks are also dealing with something like this, where they had a player that they had a big contract to, traded it away, but still had to deal with cap penalties after the player retired early.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this rule was put in place because a lot of people were, backloading contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that I don't know how much of an effect it's had on people not doing that, but it's certainly going to have an effect on the Predators in the event that Weber retires. So what you're saying is Weber needs to retire now.
No. What I'm saying, the escape hatch for the Preds in this situation is that the Canadians put Shea Weber on long-term injured reserve, and they're free from the cap penalties that would come with his contract.
But he'd have to stay on it forever.
Yeah, and he would basically not play again, but be put
But
on.
not retire.
Yeah, but not retire until his contract actually expires,
Well,
which for him, I believe he'd get the money. And
that's kind of what I'm thinking is why would the Canadians continue to pay him? $7.8 million a year.
To not be available to play.
To not be available. So you're going to pay this guy when the only cap hit it's going to take, you're going to take is $500,000 a year.
So.
But if he's eligible to go on long-term IR and he says, I don't want to retire, then I don't guess the Canadians have a choice. Or they could try to trade him, or they've left him open for the Kraken.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine they would take him.
The only event I could see them taking him is if they're trying to get to the cap floor, because a bunch of teams have taken dead contracts just to get up to there. Like Arizona took Pavel Datsyuk's dead contract after he went back to Russia, just to get up to the cap floor. But obviously that's probably not going to be the case with the Kraken.
That was wild.
What happened?
What happened?
The police officer pulled over, and then a guy with a trailer just went right by him, and I didn't know why the police officer pulled over. It was very odd. Sorry. Yeah, this is tough for the Preds because they have no control,
right,
over anything.
Whether he retires or whether Montreal puts him on, long-term injured reserve or anything else.
We're just sitting ducks.
We're sitting Preds.
That too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's unfortunate for Nashville, and that's why you gotta hope that Duchesne or Johansson actually do get picked up by Seattle. I mean, and here's the thing is, like you said, trying to get to the cap floor, you can get a pretty good player in Ryan Johansson or Matt Duchesne, and that can help you get there without taking a dead contract. You can actually get a player for it.
Exactly.
So maybe it's in their best interest to try to get a couple of those guys. I don't know. All I know is I'm a Seattle Kraken fan because of their colors and uniform. Big fan of the Kraken.
I look forward to them playing Release the Kraken during their games.
Yes, it's going to be hilarious. So, anyway, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk to Chris Brooks of 615 Preps. Talk about that Riverdale 7-on-7 tournament, what he witnessed in the bracket play portion, and who won. So we'll be right back to the Lee Company studio in Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Barn & Joint, right after this.
One-stop shopping. That's why so many people shop Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Columbia. As the #1 volume CDJR dealer in Tennessee, we offer the largest selection of new Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. And when you have the largest selection of new, you have the largest selection of used, too. Combine that with state-of-the-art, fast, accurate service, and you've got Tennessee's #1 volume dealer. Shop online at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Columbia.net. Middle Tennessee's Ram Truck and Jeep headquarters. You can count on us. Based on combined retail and fleet sales as reported by Chrysler in the state of Tennessee in 2019.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Holland's Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Holland's Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Holland's Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get a small drink or fries or a snack shake. And for the low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meat.
Dollar price valid for small fries and drinks, snack shakes, and classic sliders. Available at participating locations for a limited time.
Nice Traeger grill. Thanks, man. Hiller gave it to us for free when I bought my new HVAC unit. We also upgraded to a tankless water heater and got this free Yeti cooler. What a deal!
This month, when you buy select new HVAC systems from Hiller, we'll give you a free Traeger grill. And you'll get a free Yeti cooler when you buy a new tankless water heater. Enjoy great upgrades for your home and some free backyard upgrades for your family. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Serving Murray County for 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has provided the highest quality jewelry at the very best prices. They work hard to make their customers happy, and it's paid off. Their customers keep going back. Quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. We offer jewelry loans up to $4,500, and we will buy your gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still the same. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Terrence here at Shepherd Lumberyard, where we value you, the customer. We've been serving Columbia and surrounding areas since 1946. We're located in our new location at 103 Cemetery Avenue. Anything that has to do with building or remodeling, we're here to assist. When you shop local, you help shape the community. We are locally owned, family owned, and veteran owned. And by the way, God is in charge. You can reach us at 931-388-3612, and our website is shepherdlumberyard@yahoo.com.
Talking high school sports, here's Mo and Chris.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris, Yow, Mo, Patton, Lawson Smith in the Lee Company studio here in the Front Porch Sports headquarters of WKOM 101.7 FM and WZYX 94.5 The Eagle in Franklin County. Happy to have you guys along with us here on the radio, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, sm-tnsports.com. Make sure you write that down, bookmark that, subscribe for free on sm-tnsports.com. You can get everything we write directly to your inbox. We will have a photo gallery and some video of today's Riverdale 7-on-7 up a little bit later this evening, so make sure to check that out. Joining us now to talk about that Riverdale 7-on-7 is 615 Preps Chris Brooks. Chris, welcome in. Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Man, we're tired. And we left at the end of pool play. You went back for bracket play. So I know you're wiped out.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit toasty right now because this afternoon got pretty warm. And I got no wife to tell about that. So warm afternoon, but a lot of good football this afternoon. And some surprises, too, from the bracket play, which just wrapped up about 30 minutes ago over Riverdale. Father Ryan came out on top with it. They won 20-13 over Giles County in the championship game, which if we were talking about teams that we thought might get to the championship game of that tournament, those two were not it.
Well, Father Ryan, the 2 seed, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
But Giles County?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, Giles County knocked out Pearl Cone, if my understanding is correct, that we didn't get a score on that one. But
they defeated.
They were in the bracket.
They defeated both Lipscomb Academy, I guess, unless Stratford or Page beat Lipscomb Academy.
Right.
That's impressive.
Well, I mean, we walked up on the tail end of that Lipscomb Academy Pearl Cone pool play game, and you know, to think that either of those would have lost.
Pearl Cone was the 20 seed in the bracket.
Yeah,
the 20th seed,
and Lipscomb was
the one.
Yeah, I think it went a little bit on maybe points scored and allowed to tiebreakers and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know necessarily that seeding would have been really a big deal unless you were just ridiculously higher or lower than what you might have thought that you would have been. But I thought Pearl Cone would go a little farther than they did. They got knocked out in the semifinal round by Giles County. And you know what? Giles County did what you have to do to win these 7-on-7s. You know, don't make mistakes, don't turn it over, and just find open guys toward the end zone. And they did that pretty well, but Father Ryan did that a little bit better in the championship game. So.
Father Ryan did not lose today.
Yeah, it was a good day for the Fighting Irish. And Matthew Derrick's their starting quarterback now. He was replacing DC Tapscott, who's gone to Appalachian State and was a Mr. Football finalist last year. So, he has 6 shoes to fill, but he appears to be doing so pretty admirably as far as we've seen today. And, they're kind of in a tough region in Division II AAA, so they're going to have to really rely on good quarterback play to guide them this season for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, take care of the ball and not beat yourselves. I'm not sure who goes west out of the Nashville bunch this time around, but Ryan competing right there in Nashville with Brentwood Academy, Ensworth, Pope John Paul II. It's NBA. They've definitely got their hands full. Yeah,
they changed it up this year, so it was a little backwards last year. I think Ensworth was going east, and now they're going west, and Brentwood Academy's going with them. And I think Father Ryan and JP2 now go east, which geographically makes the most sense. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when you start putting dots on the map, as Ronnie Carter used to say, it's in Nashville, and figuring out who goes where in Division II AAA gets a little dicey. Visiting with Chris Brooks of 615 Preps. Like you said, Chris, Father Ryan edges Giles County 20-13 in that championship game of the Riverdale 7-on-7 tournament. I think Independence defeated Summit in the second round
they were
of
actually
bracket
in the
play.
They were in the Final Four. They fell to Father Ryan.
Okay, so
Father
Ryan beat
knocked
Indy
them
in the.
off.
Okay, all right. I was wondering how that went. If because I know Independence won the Ravenwood tournament a couple of weeks ago, defeated Summit in the finals. It's interesting that those two wound up in the same quarterfinal bracket there.
Yeah, it kind of worked out poorly for Summit in that instance, because I thought that they would probably make a little bit more of a run. But Independence, I've been impressed with them so far. They have so many weapons, and as far as catching the football, and Joseph Cummings is going to have a bevy of targets to throw to this year. The only question is going to be, in that region, can they beat the teams above them? And I don't know. They're a wild card this year.
The craziest thing is they didn't have 4-star recruit Ty Lockwood on the field today.
Right.
So he was missing one of his main targets.
Yeah.
And
that may have made a difference.
And as we saw with Smyrna, if you have a big tight end in this thing, you can go pretty far. Father Ryan, the only team that beat Independence today. Independence went 8-2 on the day. Lost to Father Ryan in the first game and the last game.
Yeah, 8-2 is a long day of 7-on-7.
No doubt.
In any weather, given 95 degrees, then it's really a long day.
Absolutely. Mount Pleasant opened the day with a 12-6 win over Franklin in pool play. They wound up as the number 19 seed out of 28 teams. Caught host Riverdale in the opening round. And I'm figuring that they lost that. I don't know. Chris, do you?
I don't know that for certain. We weren't given score updates. Given that the schedule got flipped on us last night, and things were out of order. So
yeah, but they would have played. I think that Riverdale Mount Pleasant winner would have played Marshall County, who had a pretty good day today as well. They were the number 3 seed overall. So, and I know they beat Summit earlier in the day in pool play. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Who were you most impressed with today, Chris? I mean, obviously 7-on-7 is a completely different ball game. It is, when you're talking, especially for Summit, you're talking about taking away 50% of Destin Wade's game, not being able to run it. So, but who were you most impressed with or most surprised by today?
Well, I've watched Luther Richardson at Lipscomb Academy for the last 3 years just develop into a stud quarterback. He was at the Elite 11 camp in Los Angeles a couple of weeks ago and can really make all the throws. Mo, you and I were standing together when he made the throw of the day, in my opinion, when he put a 40-yard on the pylon, front right corner of the end zone. It was just a thing of beauty. And that might not even have been the best play of that particular game either.
And because the interception that followed that to seal it for Lipscomb may have been an even better play. But that throw, like you said, Chris, as his coach would say, that probably qualified as a Dilfer dime right there.
Exactly. I mean, I thought that thing was going over my head, and then all of a sudden it just drops out of the sky in a place you don't see many high school quarterbacks put it. So, yeah, just really impressed with him. They're going to be a very tough out this year at Lipscomb Academy. It's going to be a fun year. And my thing is this. We didn't have any of this run-up in 2020, and a lot of people were negatively affected by it. But having all of this preseason stuff, it's going to be a lot better start to the year for a lot of teams, I think.
Absolutely. I don't know how much you got to see Smyrna today, Chris, but they've got a tight end, and I cannot remember the young man's name, and I apologize.
Bailey.
Yes, and he's a commitment to Eastern Kentucky. I talked to his coach, Matt Williams, for a little bit after their game with Riverdale in the in pool play, and I don't think I would throw it to anybody else on Smyrna's team if I were them.
I agree. And I didn't see Smyrna much today, but I have saw them earlier in some 7-on-7 action. And if you throw it in Jeremiah Bailey's direction, he will catch it, and he will be a problem to bring down.
Especially in pads.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you're playing for real with pads and helmets and that kind of thing, I'd swing it out to him. I'd drag him across and throw it to him. I mean, if he's got up ahead of speed, you know, there are going to be some business decisions made at the high school level with that guy coming down on you. So
exactly,
yeah, he was fun to watch today.
He's in a good position, I think, to make another run. The way the regions shake out, you know, they're going to cross over with, I believe it's Hendersonville and Beach, Gallatin, Clarksville. So whoever comes out of that Summit King Ridge game as that region's champion is going to be in a good position to make a fairly deep run.
Yeah, it's no more appointment football for Smyrna and Independence in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Kind of sad about it.
Which disappoints Chris because Smyrna has one of the best press boxes in Middle Tennessee. They really take care of you over there.
It is impressive, and they have and when they have barbecue over there, it's kind of hard to beat. You know, getting concessions and all that stuff. So
they have in the press box, whatever you want, they just about got. You want pizza, they got pizza. You want barbecue or burgers or hot dogs, I'm telling you, if you've never been inside the Smyrna press box, Chris, next time you get a chance, just go up there. Don't worry about concessions. Concessions are nothing. Just go to the press box. Cookies, brownies, everything.
Well, y'all know me. Food loves me, so you know I'm good with everything, whatever.
I hear you. We had some delicious Rick's barbecue today.
Did. That was a good call.
I almost went back over there to get some of the chicken tenders because those look amazing.
Lawson with the power of suggestion over here with the chicken tenders.
Yeah. Hey, they were solid. I got to give it to him.
Now when I go to Riverdale later this year, I'm gonna know when to stop.
You're gonna know.
You got the scouting report now. Chris Brooks with 615 Preps. Chris, did you get a chance to see Paige and Jake McNamara, the Colorado State commit?
Got to see him a little bit. I don't know necessarily if he had the best day throwing the ball, but you know, they're going to be better nights for Paige. They're not in a bad position either, honestly, with Nolensville getting, but they're getting Nolensville in their region this year, so it may be a little tougher on them actually. But no.
Well, they're getting Nolensville in, but they're getting Summit out. So
they get Summit and they're replacing the Nolensville. So you know, pick your poison.
And then you've got Columbia Central in that with
Franklin County, I think.
Franklin County and one other.
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill. That's right. So Paige, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think I maybe lost you for a second there. It's going to be interesting to see how McNamara fares against that kind of competition this year. He's going to have a little bit of pressure on him just because of his commitment to Colorado State. But, you know, it seems like he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. He proved very well at Ravenwood earlier in the summer, so I don't know. Page is one of those teams. I mean, they'll be playoff bound, I think, but kind of wild to me.
I didn't get to see Stratford, but I did see where they had a kid that committed. I think certainly FBS, maybe Power 5, a defensive back. Are you familiar?
Cannot say that I am at the moment. I regret that, but a lot of these kids we're still learning about. That's one thing that we didn't really get in 2020. We didn't get a full scouting report on some of these kids, and we're still trying to learn some kids' names and faces and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get a chance to get out to as many games as we would have wanted to, but yeah, it's going to be a different year. How are you planning on covering games this year for 615 Preps?
Well, I mean, last year, I mean, obviously, with some of the COVID restrictions, he had to wear masks on the sidelines. I don't think we're going to see that this year, but I guess looking probably at 2021 looks to be a normal year. So hoping to get at least 3 games covered on our website every week. We're going to be rolling out, and really excited about July 26th when they put the pads on for the first time, because we'll be at a number of places during the day, and we'll have some updates for that and some new content. Hopefully we can roll out, and people will enjoy it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun year, man. I'm super pumped, and we appreciate everything that you guys do covering everybody in the 615 area code, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys too. I mean, y'all do great work, and I know we'll be on the sideline together this year. So
at some point,
I'm looking forward to it.
At some point, we will definitely be together. Chris Brooks of 615 Preps. Chris, thanks so much for taking some time with us. We really appreciate it, man.
Chris, Mo, y'all have a great one, though.
Hey, thanks. You too, man. Get some rest.
Get to the house and stick my head in the freezer.
Good plan.
There you go. I like it.
Good plan.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Chris Brooks of 615 Preps here on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint, and Father Ryan, winners of the Riverdale 7-on-7, undefeated Father Ryan. So,
the Irish.
Well done. When we come back, we've got baseball. Baseball to talk about. Big day, baseball. So stick around on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We're going to talk Braves. We're going to talk about midseason report cards. We've got the sounds, this day in Braves history. And, of course, we're going to also preview the Pac-12 South, which is kind of up in limbo right now. I'm not sure what to expect. So the Arizona State situation kind of throws a wrench into it. So we'll talk about that and more in the next hour. So stick around in the 5 o'clock hour on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll be right back to the Lee Company studio right after this.
This is Eli Gold, and you're listening to 101.7 WKOM Columbia.
Arrests at the U.S. Capitol. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Capitol Police just confirming 9 people taken into custody for demonstrating in a prohibited area. They were inside the atrium of the Hart Senate Office building. Police say the arrests happened after 3 warnings to stop. President Biden is set to hold a joint news conference with Germany's leader. Fox's Jared Halpern is live at the White House.
Outgoing German Chancellor Angela Merkel and President Biden are highlighting a strong transatlantic bond and cooperation.
Talking about further advancing strong U.S.-German relationships, which has been strong and it's getting stronger.
But the 2 leaders are also expected to talk about differences on energy and a Russian pipeline moving natural gas from Russia to Germany. The White House has raised concerns about the Nord Stream 2 project and increasing reliance on Russian gas. Merkel is not seeking another term in Germany's September elections. Lisa.
Thanks, Jared. The chancellor is also monitoring a disaster back home. Over 50 people killed in Germany and Belgium after heavy storms led to flash flooding overnight. A jury in Maryland rejects an insanity defense for the man who shot and killed 5 people in a newspaper office in 2018.
There are first responders who are in counseling and who have PTSD because of this. The huge impact on this community is we're just touching the surface of it, and we hear about it every day.
State Attorney Ann Colt-Litis, after the jury's decision to hold 41-year-old Jared Ramos criminally responsible, he'll now face life in prison instead of a mental health facility. Just getting word, tonight's Yankees-Red Sox game at Yankee Stadium is postponed because of positive COVID tests on the New York side. The teams were scheduled to begin a 4-game series. Major League Baseball says the postponement allows for more testing and contact tracing. New York was among the first teams to reach the 85% vaccination threshold. America is listening to Fox News.
Hey folks, it's Chandler Anderson from the Right Care Primary Care and Pediatric Clinic. Folks, we are open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday. We provide pediatric care, primary care, and even urgent care if you need to get in during those hours. Our provider there is Kelly Kelly. She does DOT exams as well as well woman exams, and she does our pediatric well child physicals. So folks, if you're looking for the right care and a provider that's not going anywhere, come see us at the Right Care Primary Care and Pediatric Office.
Hey, this is Derek Ransom with 10 Pin Alley, voted #1 family entertainment center in Murray County. We offer 32 bowling lanes, giant arcade, laser tag, bumper cars, and a full cafe and bar menu. We also specialize in group events, kids and adult birthday parties, company parties, sports team parties, and holiday parties. We're located at 322 East James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia. Call us today at 931-381-BOWL or visit us at 10pin.com. 10 Pin Alley, it's where the good times roll.
Roofing isn't something you think about until you need it. When you do, let Roof Systems Inc. be your first call. Roof Systems Inc. is locally owned and has been providing excellent service since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes or installing new roofs for large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Why choose Roof Systems Inc.? Well, in our customers' words, best experience I've had with construction-related business. Honest, professional, friendly, and affordable. Call today, 931-398-5977. That's 931-398-5977.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Summer is the season of fun. Here are some tips to make sure you enjoy yours. Tip number 1, lawn darts still aren't a good idea.
Ouch, these things should be illegal.
I think they are. Tip number 2, you're never too old to chase the ice cream truck.
Hey, slow down. I just want a dreamsicle.
And tip number 3, if you're looking for some real summer fun, play the Summer Instant Games, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
John here, reporting from the Tennessee Lottery Summer Games. Today we have Erica from Knoxville and Janet from Memphis, a dynamic duo going for the green in synchronized scratching. And they're off. The scratching has just begun, and oh boy, is this a feat of athleticism. Look at the dexterity of their fingers and the ferocious tenacity of this team, and the vice grip on that coin. They're going all the way. They've just won the green!
Do you have what it takes to be a big winner this summer? Play the Summer Instant Games with chances to win up to $500,000, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today with TSWA Hall of Famer Maurice Patton. Here's Chris Yow.
Welcome back in to Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yow, Mo Patton, Lawson Smith. here in the Lee Company studio. Front Porch Sports headquarters, WKOM 101.7 FM, WZYX 94.5, The Eagle. You know what, Mo? Normally right now, you would be hearing on 94.5 Southern Middle Tennessee Outdoors. I wonder what the new schedule is for that.
I bet Al Clark will hear you wondering and hit me with a text here in just a bit.
Al, tell us the next time we can hear Southern Middle Tennessee Outdoors on your station, because we would like to pass that information along for those who
are looking for it and it's not here.
Yeah, if you are expecting Southern Middle Tennessee Outdoors, we're sorry. We are just regular Southern Middle Tennessee Sports, which I guess is a different type of.
Mm-hmm. It's not quite what they were looking for.
Right. Yeah. Right. So yeah, just letting you know that, you know, we will try to get you that information for you if you are looking for it. All right. Let's talk a little baseball. And I think it's probably important to note that almost exclusively on this show we've talked the Braves. But as you just heard, if you were listening to Fox News, the Red Sox and Yankees have been postponed due to the Yankees having some COVID issues. Are we surprised that COVID is an issue right now in middle of July?
Well, with the variants that seem to be popping up and that kind of thing, I'm certainly no expert, but I mean, I don't think you can be surprised. I mean, I think if you're not continuing to be vigilant, and if you get a little too relaxed, then maybe things happen.
In New York, I mean,
pretty highly populated area.
Right. So, and touristy, especially this time of year because, well, it's
New York.
It's not snowing.
Yeah.
So that's good. If you want to visit New York and not hate it, go now.
Yeah, this would be the time.
You either have to go like at Christmas or right now. Yep. So there's that. So I'm just, that's kind of interesting. Everybody else starts playback tomorrow. This was going to be the only game tonight. And of course,
it's the only game in town.
It was.
Yeah. Yes.
Thursday at 8:05 and 1:05.
Then Saturdays at 7:05 and 1:05.
The 7:05 on Saturday hasn't changed, right?
I don't believe so.
That's nothing new. But so 8 and 1, they just moved it from 5 in the afternoon to 8 in the morning.
Yeah, 8:05 a.m., 1:05 p.m. on Thursday. So it's already been on twice.
It has.
Okay. And then, like you said, Saturday at 7:05 a.m. and 1:05 p.m. So
check it out, Southern Middle Tennessee Outdoors. The Atlanta Braves get a chance to reach 500 again tomorrow. But we know that the last time they got to 500, they went on a 4-game losing streak, and that's just how it works. So are they? And they've got Tampa, we've got New York, we've got the Brewers. Who else is in the next 3 or 4 series?
There's a Padres.
Padres are in there next week.
At some point, yeah.
That's starting Monday. I think.
They've got 3 against Tampa Bay tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. They've got San Diego Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they go on the road for 4 at Philly and 5 with the Mets, including a Monday doubleheader on the 26th. So, and then 3 at home against Milwaukee. So they play the next 9, 17. They play 18 games in the next 17 days.
Jesus.
I think that's right.
That's not ideal. I mean, Let's be honest here. That's too much, right?
Yep. It's a bunch, especially for a team that can't seem to get out of its own way.
There's that. And I was looking for it here. The midseason report cards that I saw on
Was it on ESPN? Because
ESPN.
one, I couldn't find it, and two, if it was premium content.
It's ESPN Plus content.
Do you have?
I do have ESPN Plus.
Oh, look at you.
I actually do too.
You can't hide money.
There it is. First half grades for every team. David Schoenfield, who's fairly, good at what he does. I mean, for an ESPN guy.
That's ESPN guys go. Okay.
The Atlanta Braves, he gives a D.
I can't even be mad at him.
Which is understandable to a degree, but I need to know.
What do the rest of the NL East have?
Well, I'm not sure, but let me just read this. Yes, the Braves are four only games out of first. That is how it reads. Yes, the Braves are 4 only games out of first. So it's hardly a lost season, but it's been a discouraging first half that ended with Ronald Acuna Jr.'s season-ending torn ACL. They're now without their opening day outfield as Marcell Ozuna is out with 2 broken fingers, plus his return is uncertain due to the investigation to his arrest for domestic violence, and Christian Pache is in AAA after hitting 111 in April. The team has resorted to playing former light-hitting Brewers shortstop Orlando Arcia in left field. The bullpen, so good last season, ranks 23rd in win probability added, and the rotation won't receive a second-half lift from Mike Soroka as he's out for the season. If Ozuna is allowed to play, maybe there's some hope, but without Acuna, it's difficult to see the Braves making a run. So you just gave the team a D and then listed all of the reasons why the fact that they're 44 and 45 is impressive. Like, I think I need to know the criteria here.
Well, I mean, I think that is the whole thing with the Braves, though. I mean, you expected them to be better. They've dealt with these injuries, but at the same time, I'm not sure what those injuries have to do with an underperforming bullpen, which he never really mentioned.
I mean, yeah, he just said that they were 23rd in win probability added. That being said, again, with all of the offensive injuries that you've had, including Huascar Ynoa in that offensive injury,
yeah,
you're still 44 and 45 and only 4 games out, but you're giving me a D? I mean, I feel like that's at least a C. Just because you've overcome so much to still be in it, despite all of these things going wrong.
But are you in it?
You're 4 games out. You're in it.
You gonna make up those 4 games?
And we got to play them 5 times, and we beat them 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 4 the last time.
And Acuna played in all 4 of those.
Listen, I'm just saying that if we're talking about the first half of the season, you're grading me on how I performed in the first half of the season, and you're telling me that, yes, I understand that you don't have your catcher. You've played a 39-year-old and an 18-year-old back there, basically. You've got a rookie and a guy who's 80 years old back there. Yes, you lost your ace pitcher, and you aren't going to get him back at any point. Yes, you lost your entire outfield. 2 of the 3 you haven't had for months. But I really didn't think you did that good. I'm just saying that's not how it works.
Yeah. And
the Braves are 4 games out, and they're almost 500 despite all of these issues. That's not how it works.
I see what you're saying. I just, maybe he's a closet Braves fan. Maybe he's frustrated too. I don't know.
You want to hear the rest of the NL East?
Yeah, I do.
Hang on, let me get to the top here. All right, the Miami Marlins, a C, despite being last in the division.
And 10 games under 500.
The Marlins have been the tough luck team of 2021. This guy. Okay, what I said earlier about him being usually pretty good, I take all of that
What is
back.
the tough luck that the Marlins have dealt with when you, again, talk about Inoa, Darno, Acuna, Ozuna, Soroka? What's their tough luck?
Well, they have the highest run differential in the NL East. So basically what they're saying is, the win-loss record based on runs scored and allowed by 8 wins. They've struggled in one-run games going 9-20. So there's that.
I mean,
the tough luck team of 2021, not the Braves. Not them at all.
Who have dang near a starting lineup on the IL, yeah.
The Philadelphia Phillies, a C-. They get it. They're 3.5 games back, so they got the extra push over to the C mark. Mostly because the same issues have plagued the team for several years now: bad bullpen and bad defense. So.
And the Nationals and the Mets have what?
The Nationals are a D+, so still just a little bit better than the Braves. Just like in 2019, the Nationals dug themselves in an early hole. They played well in June, had to climb over 500, just 2 games out of first place, but then plummeted before the break with a 2-9 stretch against the Dodgers, Padres, and Giants. Yeah, life a little tougher outside of the NL East. But yet they're still better than the Braves.
And the Mets?
The Mets, I've got to get back to the top here because let's see here. The Mets, a B. This grade might not be as high if the Mets were in a different division, but they've taken advantage of the mediocre NL East. They've not taken advantage. They're 3.5 games, 4 games ahead of a team that's under 500. This guy's an idiot.
So in 12 minutes, he's gone from this guy does pretty good work.
Okay work for an ESPN guy. Now, we did qualify it.
To being an idiot.
Now he's a moron. What a maroon.
After further review.
Jeez. They've not taken advantage of the NL East. They've not.
No. Neither has anyone else.
And that's the point here. Struggling now. Anyway. Padres get a B- despite not knowing what they're doing with their entire pitching staff.
They'll have it figured out by the time they get to Atlanta on Monday, I bet.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we will not see Ryan Weathers. Most likely.
I'll be interested to see how that goes. I would think that if there's any way for him to get an appearance this close to home, he would.
I think that foot is going to be a problem. Foot? I thought it was his foot. I don't think it's his knee. I think it's his foot.
The last I saw was there was no structural damage, and I don't know if they made a move with him or not. Let's see. Oh.
Likely out until
early August. Encouraged by the results of the MRI. This is from CBSSports.com, CBS Fantasy, which... Okay, encouraged by the results of the MRI that Weathers underwent on his right foot Sunday, but the team expects him to be sidelined until at least the early part of August. Dennis Lynn of The Athletic reports. By the way, we have a phone number for Dennis Lynn. I may try to reach him in the next day or so. Firm diagnosis isn't yet available, but he at least appears to have avoided a worst-case scenario, a ruptured Achilles tendon. It sure looked like a knee that he was reacting to, but who am I and what do I know? Okay, so this was from Monday. So,
yeah, it's funny, these headlines. Padres want Ron Weathers likely out until early August, and then it says, in encouraging news from the MRI, right? FanDuel headline, Padres get bad news with Ron Weathers injury update.
Well, I mean, I think CBS has taken the could have been worse.
Sure. I mean, I'll take early August as opposed to next August.
Right. Yeah.
We'll take that. So, yeah. it's unfortunate we will not see him next week. Nashville Sounds tonight. They take on the Louisville Bats again. It's Throwback Thursday, so wear your old school Sounds digs, the royal blue and red.
Yes, sir.
And make your way out to First Horizon Park as the Sounds get ready to take on the Bats again. They coming off a 5-0 win from last night. Zach Green had another multi-homer game, his second of the season and 12th of his career. And starting pitcher Blaine Hardy, 5 innings, shutout, 3-1 this season, 4.74 ERA, 13 earned runs in 24.2 innings pitched in 6 starts. He's 6 starts and has thrown 24 innings. That doesn't seem good.
And
That's
I guess
an average of 3.
And I guess that's why his 5 innings was matching a season high. So he's thrown 10 innings in 2 starts.
And then 14 in the other 4. That's not ideal.
14 and 2/3.
Yeah, well, at least okay. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Don't short him.
He's short enough, isn't he? Oh,
Goodness
man.
gracious. Okay, so this day in Braves history, July 15th, 1969. In the Braves' first game after the All-Star break, Hank Aaron goes deep off Clay Carroll in the 5th inning of the team's 9-8 comeback victory over Cincinnati at Crosley Field. The round tripper, the 534th home run of his career, moves the Hammer into 4th place on the all-time list, ahead of Double X, Jimmy Fox, and only 2 behind Mickey Mantle.
Today is 7/15.
There you go.
I like today. Today's a good day.
Mr. Aaron moving up the list. It'll be interesting to see how long it is before we have a this day in Braves history about him moving past Mickey Mantle into 3rd place.
It won't be long, will it?
It shouldn't be long, I don't think. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that one.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, y'all. When we come back, we've got Pac-12 South preview, so stick around on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll be right back to the Lee Company studio right after this.
Parks Motor Sales in Columbia has a large assortment of quality new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, a trusted sales staff, and financing plans that fit any budget. Visit Parks once and you'll quickly discover why people all over Middle Tennessee have been buying vehicles there for more than 60 years. And factory-certified technicians can service and repair your vehicle as long as you own it. Go to parksmotorsales.com or stop by the lot at 919 Nashville Highway and take a test drive today.
Are you thinking about a new fence? Maybe you need a pole barn. Then you should give Sands Fence Company a call. That's 931-309-1644. Will Sands has built his business based on the principles of honesty, quality, and integrity. Sands Fence Company has been in business for over 20 years, providing the community with farm, residential, and commercial fencing, as well as pole barns and buildings. Call today for a free estimate. Sands Fence Company, 931-309-1644. 931-309-1644.
Hi, I'm Steve, the garbage man. Have you been hauling your own garbage to the convenience center? Are you tired of doing it? Does your work schedule keep you from hauling it off regularly? Is your teenage son not taking it off like he promised when he got his driver's license? Do you have something better to do on Saturday? If any of these questions strike home to you, call the garbage man at 931-540-0919 and your problem will be solved.
Do you know Tillis Jewelry creates custom one-of-a-kind pieces that are available in our store now?
Hello, this is Rick Tillis, and that's right. We are known for our custom designs. We create jewelry using old mine cut or European cut diamonds to rare colored gemstones. We create these custom pieces for each season. I'm sure you can find something for yourself or a loved one.
Stop by our showroom and try on a Tillis Jewelry custom piece today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to view our designs and much more.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter, like the drywall that somehow isn't. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Maury County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, Beck Dental Care has been the personalized and comfortable option for the health of your smile. The caring staff maintains a high level of safety protocols and attention to detail. Advanced technology provides your choice of sedation and the best of dental implant solutions to restore complete oral health. Open until 7 p.m. 2 nights a week. 931-388-8452. Beck Dental Care in Columbia, 1603 Rosewood Drive.
Covering the teams you care about, it's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Once again, with Mo, here's Chris.
With Mo, here's Chris. Chris Yow coming to you from the Lee Company studio, along with the Hall of Famer, Mo Patton, and the intern, Lawson Smith, who forgot to play our video earlier.
Whoops.
Can we play it in the next segment? Just play it. Just let folks know. I mean, if you're,
I can play it.
Just in the next segment, we'll throw it up there.
Just randomly.
Hey, by the way, check this out.
Yeah.
we had a great video from the 7-on-7 today, and we want you guys to see it. So we will play it a little bit later. We were supposed to play it during that Chris Brooks interview, but our intern was
tired.
Being an intern,
he was over here on Instagram or something. I don't know. He's on TikTok or on what's all the newfangled young buck stuff I don't know about.
The tickety-tockety.
the tiki-toks. I don't know.
I was going to say I could airdrop it to you and you can tweet it out later.
You keep telling me about this airdrop. Did you know you sent me the airdrop earlier? I got it.
No, that was the other video.
Yeah.
But whatever.
No, we're going to play it in the next segment. Whether or not they're 7-on-7 talk or doesn't really matter.
I think we're pretty well 7-on-7 talked out.
Yeah, so we're just gonna
randomly play it.
We are going to talk a little bit now about the Pac-12, continuing that discussion after we essentially decided that it's Oregon
or bust.
Yeah, Oregon or bust for the Pac-12 North specifically, but probably for the entire Pac-12 as they play Ohio State early on in the season. So that's going to be big for them. Moving to the South, I mean, a month ago, it's Arizona State and everybody else. But currently, Arizona State is dealing with some NCAA compliance issues. So,
indeed.
I'm not sure exactly what all they're dealing with as far as that's concerned. I don't know if they're dealing with the potential of a postseason ban or what, but apparently there's also been sexual harassment allegations levied against Arizona State's athletics director, Steve Cohen, or former senior associate athletics director, Steve Cohen.
Yeah, because Ray Anderson is the AD, I think.
He is. No, Steve Cohen is filing the lawsuit.
Oh. The former, okay, so he is the former senior associate AD, and he is filing
a lawsuit.
Okay.
A civil lawsuit against the university, athletics director Ray Anderson, and the Arizona Board of Regents because he was dismissed in 2019 and calls it, quote, clear retaliation against insistence that Arizona State investigate the allegations made by 3 women against ASU booster Bart Ware. Interesting.
Ooh.
So
sounds like a lot of infighting at Arizona State because the allegations that landed them on the NCAA's radar were levied by former Arizona State coaching staff members, if you'll remember.
That's right. That was, somebody said, "No, you're going to fire me? I'll show you."
All right, bet.
An anonymous person sent a dossier of dozens of pages to Arizona State Athletic Department. Within that dossier were receipts, pictures, screenshots, and emails related to multiple potential recruiting violations committed by the Sun Devil staff. COVID-19 sent the NCAA into a recruiting, quote, dead period.
Supposedly.
But Arizona State didn't stop hosting recruits throughout the time period. It's been reported the coaching staff violated several rules set by the NCAA, including hiding recruits in a suite during a home game last season and allegedly bringing a recruit up backstairs of the ASU football facility to meet Herm Edwards. So we don't know where they stand. But if there are no penalties levied this year, Arizona State's going to win the South. I don't know who else it could be. USC, Clay Helton's on the hot seat, so he's got to win. It's win or go home for him, literally. And everybody is coming back for Arizona State. Literally everyone. I mean, Jaden Daniels, Rashad White, Chip Trayanum. This is a team that will return almost everybody on both offense and defense on their two-way. Their two deep on defense is almost all coming back. This is a team they are primed to win the Pac-12. And yet we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, you don't know what type of expediency the NCAA is going to address this situation with either.
Well, those are two words that don't go together.
Expediency and NCAA?
Right.
Why do you think I used them?
So, they'll get punished 4 years from now when Herm Edwards is retired.
Yeah, and when everybody that was there is gone.
Gone. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. And then you've got USC, who, again, they made the conference title game last year, lost to Oregon. But can they put it together? That's the real question. I mean, they've not been able to do it to this point.
Yeah, it's just a fascinating division, like you said, with everything that's going on at Arizona State. You've got Utah sitting up there.
Who's always pretty good.
Right.
And Charlie Brewer from Baylor transferred in.
Colorado probably had their best year since they joined the Pac-12. I mean, they were actually respectable. Finally kind of got the revolving door at coach, kind of settled down a little bit. And then there's USC and UCLA.
UCLA is one of those teams that, you expected to be much better with Chip Kelly coming in. And yet they've just been very underwhelming. 10-21 under Kelly. They averaged 34 points a game last year and only lost all 4 of their games by 6 points or less. Is quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, if he's if he is able to get to that second level of quarterbacks in the Pac-12, I think UCLA could have an opportunity to be a spoiler, much like Stanford in that North Division.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA could be kind of that team that you got to watch out for. And Utah has that ability too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Utah's very good.
I think Utah is pretty consistently in that sleeper role.
Much like Stanford.
Yeah.
I agree. I think as far as divisions in college football go, this is the most intriguing to me because of the situation that Arizona State finds itself in, because of the Clay Helton situation, because you have Utah and UCLA who both are looking to, solidify themselves as contenders in that division, and it could be one of those situations where everybody beats up on everybody, and the team that comes out could still win the whole thing. And then you're screwed if you're the Pac-12.
Yeah, because again, I don't think there's going to be a more marquee victory to come out of the Pac-12 than if somehow Oregon were to beat Ohio State. You know, should that happen, they may wish they didn't play a championship game.
Yeah, I can see, and I can see this expanded playoff finally getting rid of championship games, but I also think the SEC would be that would be tough for them to do. The Pac-12 would not be tough. Making the decision not to play a championship game, I mean, they play it on Friday night, or they play any time that they think they can get anybody to watch the stupid thing, and they still can't.
Yeah.
I mean, let me look something up here, because I want to know what the ratings are for that. The Pac-12 championship game 4 years ago had a 2.3 rating, 3.65 million viewers on ESPN. That was down 36% from the year before. I wish I had the ability to see what markets were number one, because I'll bet you Birmingham was in the top 4. I mean,
they'll watch any college football.
They don't care. They don't care. But nobody watches the darn thing. Nobody shows up. That stadium's empty every year. Never fails. So them getting rid of the championship game is probably no skin off their back. The Big 12 plays one and doesn't have to.
Well, I mean, those TV contracts kind of dictate a lot.
TV contracts dictate everything.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. So, I'm not sure that there's been a TV or that there's been a college football decision made without the TV contracts being the number one decision maker.
Sure.
I mean, we've seen it with college baseball. We've seen it in everything.
College softball.
College softball. Well, and that's it. Why else would you play a championship game at 2:00 on a Wednesday? Frustrating is what it is. Frustrating. Anyway, we need to take a break because we have some semi-breaking news.
I don't think it's semi-breaking.
Well, it's going to be breaking in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's not broken yet.
I got
We
you.
have semi-breaking news. It'll be broken
Gotcha.
in about 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
So
all right,
stick around because it's something we've been talking about for a long time, a resolution, finally, to one of the two questions we've been asking for months. So stick around. Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. We'll be right back right after this.
One-stop shopping. That's why so many people shop Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Columbia. As the #1 volume CDJR dealer in Tennessee, we offer the largest selection of new Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. And when you have the largest selection of new, you have the largest selection of used, too. Combine that with state-of-the-art, fast, accurate service, and you've got Tennessee's #1 volume dealer. Shop online at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Columbia.net. Middle Tennessee's Ram Truck and Jeep headquarters. You can count on us. Based on combined retail and fleet sales as awarded by Chrysler in the state of Tennessee in 2019.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Hollins Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Hollins Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get a small drink or fries or a snack shake. And for the low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meat.
Dollar price valid for small fries and drinks, snack shakes, and classic sliders. Available at participating locations for a limited time.
Nice Traeger grill. Thanks, man. Hiller gave it to us for free when I bought my new HVAC unit. We also upgraded to a tankless water heater and got this free Yeti cooler. What a deal.
This month, when you buy select new HVAC systems from Hiller, we'll give you a free Traeger grill. And you'll get a free Yeti cooler when you buy a new tankless water heater. Enjoy great upgrades for your home and some free backyard upgrades for your family. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Serving Murray County for 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has provided the highest quality jewelry at the very best prices. They work hard to make their customers happy, and it's paid off. Their customers keep going back. Quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. We offer jewelry loans up to $4,500, and we will buy your gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still the same. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Terrence here at Shepherd Lumberyard, where we value you, the customer. We've been serving Columbia and surrounding areas since 1946. We're located in our new location at 103 Cemetery Avenue. Anything that has to do with building or remodeling, we're here to assist. When you shop local, you help shape the community. We are locally owned, family owned, and veteran owned. And by the way, God is in charge. You can reach us at 931-388-3612, and our website is shepherdlumberyard@yahoo.com.
Welcome back to Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, the sports talk show you've always wanted.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yow, Mo Patton, Lawson Smith in the Lee Company studio with you here on this fine Thursday edition of the show. I want to take a quick moment and tell you that this segment is brought to you by our friends at Zion Christian. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Zion Christian Academy, zioneagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's zioneagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today. Now, as I told you on the other side of the break, it is some breaking news going down right here in Columbia. A girls basketball coach has finally been named at Columbia Central.
4 months and 10 days after Joshua Bugg was dismissed, or more specifically, 4 months, 10 days and one principal after Joshua Bugg was dismissed. New Central principal Kevin Eady has confirmed to us here at Southern Middle Tennessee Sports that Megan Moore, Spring Hill graduate, longtime assistant in Williamson County, most recently with Centennial's boys, will be the new Lady Lions coach. So
that's pretty big news. You know, as we've talked on this show for a while now, Columbia Central needed to make a decision pretty soon. Now, they've had somebody. They've had Megan Kilburn and
Carden
Virgo
Mm-hmm.
running kind of the summer workouts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Since March 5th when Bug was dismissed. I'll be curious to see how this shakes out with the staff. You know, if Kilburn and Virgo will be remaining on staff. They were on Bug's staff last season. So should be interesting to see there. That being said, this is a good hire.
It is. I mean, I think it's a good hire from the standpoint that she does, you know, this is her first head coaching assignment, but again, she's worked with some really good folks. Specifically, she worked with Peter Froden up at Centennial on the boys' side. Pete from the Don Meyer coaching tree out of Lipscomb, former standout up at Houston County, and very, very well thought of in high school basketball coaching circles in Tennessee. Coached at Ravenwood on the girls' side, and as you were saying off air, I think she was at Summit at some point as well. So, and she's been around the area. Again, she's a Spring Hill graduate, and I just feel like, you know, she's stepping into a pretty good situation from a talent standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that team did some really good things this past year under Bug.
And they've got most of them back.
Yeah, pretty much everybody except Janice Bailey. I think Janice was the only senior on that team last year. But, you know, made a region tournament appearance, their first in 6 years. Finished 18-12, losing to Blackman in the Region 4 AAA quarterfinals. But yeah, constantly improved under Bug, and I think they're ready to, you know, kind of take that next step, especially as they move into a 4A district that also includes Independence, Summit, Nolensville, and Ravenwood, I believe, is the district that they will be in. So they've got a chance to continue to be successful, particularly with that senior nucleus of Josie Parks and Janiyah Riley. Yeah. So I think they've got a chance to do some good things, and I think she's going to be good for them. Obviously, the timing isn't great, but I mean, it could have been tomorrow instead of today. I mean, it's already been late. You know, there's only so much you can do about it at this point. So
yeah, and from what we understand, this has actually been
in the works.
Yeah, for nearly 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another story for another day.
Yeah. So congratulations to Megan Moore. Happy for that program. Those girls now have some stability. They have a leader outside of, you know, just kind of being in limbo. So I think that's going to be a positive for them, and I'm really excited to see. I'm excited to see them this season because, again, Nolensville and Ravenwood have been fair. Summit, obviously, with Coach John Wild, can always be very good, and Independence, obviously not great last year. But
they weren't great, but they made a coaching change. I've got Tony Hill in there, who has had some success in Williamson County, particularly at Centennial. That was a young, talented bunch there. Ryan Brown, one of those, multi-sport athlete over there. So it should be an interesting district. But, again, I think that Columbia Central should continue their improvement with Megan Moore and this nucleus that they've got coming back this year. And again, just to be able to get that done, I think is going to be pretty huge for Central overall. I would imagine Kevin Eadie now, from an athletic standpoint, turns his attention toward the softball situation as Hannah Cole coach this past season as the interim coach following Shelby Burchell-Teagan's resignation right before preseason workout started. So been a lot of upheaval at Central. And
still waiting for one. That softball job.
Yeah.
You're still waiting for that.
So I mean, but things are starting to get calmed down here as we approach the start of the school year. When do they start? First week in August?
I have no idea.
I think August 3rd. So,
hey, Lawson.
Yeah.
Since you forgot to play the video earlier,
I was just about to say.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Rolling.
If you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube and whatnot right now, this is the video from Lawson and Mo that they took earlier
Mostly
today.
Lawson.
2 clips from Mo.
Couple of
the rest is mine.
Well, let's get it straight, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, that early stuff was definitely not Lawson because he didn't get there till like 10:30.
Yeah. So. No, I was there at 10:05.
Sure you were. I don't know. But yeah. So if you're watching this, great throw there by Destin Wade. This is Big Joe at Independence for over the middle, and here's the play of the day right here. River Katina goes up one-handed, pulls it down for the touchdown.
Back of the end zone.
In the back of the end zone. That was the other play of the day. The other play, the real play of the day was the catch that I made on the sideline, of course.
What about the one you didn't?
Oh.
That's not really my fault. It was too high and to my left. And I had a camera in my hand.
It bounced off your shoulder. It wasn't too high.
It's not like it didn't hit me in the hand. It's not like it hit me in the hands or anything. Come on, man.
Because you didn't get your hands up.
Well,
it would have hit you in your head.
Had I not, yeah. If you're looking at a football through a camera lens that's zoomed in about 200, that thing gets on you quick. So, yeah, you got to be careful.
Good stuff. Good job, Lawson.
Yes.
You.
Good job putting the video together. Bad job getting it played.
I know.
It's all right. Okay. Hey, you take what you can get around here.
Day.
It has been a long day. We are 7 minutes to the top of the hour, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports today. Again, we are coming to you from the Lee Company studio. And, as we have taken, as we've gone through the day today, we've had a lot of talk about NHL. We've talked about baseball and the Sounds and the Braves and everything else. And, of course, that Pac-12 preview. If you missed any part of that, you can go to the website, sm-tnsports.com, where you can find right now a great post about the Columbia Central girls basketball. It's a fantastic post. I mean, it's riveting stuff. Riveting stuff here.
It's the best stuff we could write during a break.
In the middle of a 3-minute commercial break. That's the thing about us. You can get us here. You can get the information right here on the radio, or you can go to our website. It's all there.
Seriously, we will have a better story on this as the evening progresses. So keep an eye on the website, sm-tnsports.com. We will have more thoughts from Kevin Eady, and we will have some thoughts from Megan Moore as well. So looking forward to speaking with her on this. Also, tomorrow's show should be a good one because we've got Matt Cruz set to join us and talk about the Grand Prix event down in Nashville next month.
The Music City GP.
So
that's going to be a lot of fun. If you are an active duty military member, be listening to our show tomorrow. Just trust us.
We got some news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank us later.
We got something for you. And
we'll have some Braves talk tomorrow. They'll finally be getting back on the field after this lengthy All-Star break. Again, as they host Tampa Bay.
You say finally. I don't think you sound a bit enthusiastic.
Almost.
Yeah, excited about that.
we are now.
Deceptively so, actually, because, I mean...
Hey, give it a couple days.
Yeah, tell me. You're right. Thanks, Debbie Downer. Appreciate you.
Hey, it's okay. I have my own terrible baseball team.
Hey, if you are going out to the Sounds game night, just to let you know, center fielder Lorenzo Cain in the lineup, back in Nashville, first time in probably 10 years. It's been a while. It's been a while since Lo Cain was. That's what they called him on here. Was in the Nashville Sounds lineup. He'll be rehabbing tonight, so go check that out. Like I said, First Horizon Park. That's a 7:05 first pitch. Michael Waltrip throwing out the first pitch tonight.
That's interesting.
So that's all. Yeah. I mean, with SRX coming in, that's a big thing. You know, the Bill and Chase Elliott situation. We'll have more on that tomorrow.
Sure.
We're going to try to get Joe Williams on. If we can't get Joe on, we'll talk a little bit about it with T. Willie. There is a massive news story that's coming out about the fairgrounds basically as we speak. The Stand Up Nashville group has gone and done their little survey like they did for the soccer situation. And I would love to know how the soccer surveys came out, because almost nobody wants racing. But I don't think they realize how much noise and how much traffic that soccer stadium is going to end up bringing in, as opposed to the 10 dates a year of racing. I got a feeling they would, after 1 year, they will be willing to trade one for the other.
Do you know how much that stadium capacity is going to be?
The soccer?
Yes. Because I would say it's max. It's not
10,000.
Yeah,
maybe
something like that. It's not going to be egregious.
27.5 to 30,000.
Okay, well, color me shocked, because I thought it would be a lot less.
I would have agreed with you. They're going to put 50,000 seats at the fairgrounds if Bristol takes it over. So I just can't imagine that. Anyway, we'll get into it tomorrow, because it's people aren't critically thinking here. So we'll let Joe tell you about it. And here's the thing. Stand Up Nashville did a great job with the compromise for the soccer stadium. All right? If people are willing to compromise, both the city and the residents, I think a deal can get done. And that would be, just like Joe said, if nobody leaves happy, you've got a good compromise.
There you go.
So hopefully they'll come up with something tomorrow.
Real quick, 2021 Golden Spikes winner, Arkansas pitcher Kevin Kopps.
94th overall?
Sounds right.
Yeah. Wasn't even picked in the first round of the draft. Won the Player of the Year award. There you go. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m., following George Plaster on WKOM. You heard George Plaster on WZYX too. Hopefully you'll hear more of him in the future. But for now, we'll see you guys on the flip side. For Mo Patton and Lawson Smith, I'm Chris Yow saying have a great day and stay cool, Columbia. Talking high school sports daily on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today with Maurice Patton. I'm Chris Yow, and this is 101.7 WKOM Columbia.